Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl Kamitonam, and OMG, you guys are not gonna believe this, but I found the weirdest places in America for today's video. Have you ever visited a place that feels like it belongs in another world? Or perhaps it seems like fact and legend have merged together. Today we're going to take a journey to three of the most mysterious and intriguing locations in the United States, where strange things happen that can't always be explained. So stay tuned as we dive into the mysterious world of these incredible places. Alright, you guys, buckle up because our first stop is seriously messed up. We're talking about the Devil's Tramping Ground in North Carolina, and let me tell you, this place is not for the faint of heart. Imagine a perfectly round patch of dirt, about 12 meters wide, just chilling in the middle of the woods. No trees, no grass, no squirrels burying nuts. Just dirt. It's like something out of a horror movie, and that's because it basically is. Local legend says that this is the devil's own personal dance floor. Can you even imagine, Satan himself comes here every night to do the Macarena or whatever it is the devil does for fun. Some people even say he's here to steal souls. Can you imagine being out for a midnight stroll and bam, the devil pops out and wants to tango with your eternal essence? No thank you. People who have camped near the Devil's Tramping Ground have said they've heard the craziest stuff at night. Blood-curdling screams, chainsaws, Nicki Minaj's greatest hits on repeat. You name it, they've probably heard it. And the nightmares? Don't even get me started on the nightmares. People wake up from that place sweating, crying and swearing they saw the devil doing the Soulja Boy on their chest. And the weirdest part? People have left stuff in the circle like offerings or whatever, and they swear it disappears overnight, poof, gone. Some people say it ends up outside the circle, but others say it's gone forever, taken by the devil himself. I mean, what if he's collecting those little hotel soaps? You know, the ones nobody actually uses. That would be kinda hilarious, but also terrifying. I mean, think about it, why would nothing grow there? It's like the soil itself is cursed or something. It's like the earth is saying, nope, not today, Satan. You can't even have a little weed grow here. And the fact that it's perfectly circular, that's just too creepy for me. It's like the devil came down, did a twirl, and boom, instant dead zone. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't be caught dead, no pun intended, anywhere near that place, especially at night. It's like inviting the devil over for a slumber party, and we all know how those usually turn out. So if you're ever in North Carolina and you see a sign for the Devil's Tramping Ground, my advice is to turn around and run. Run as fast as you can and don't look back. You never know what might be lurking in those woods. And it's not just the Devil's Tramping Ground that's creepy. The whole area has this unsettling vibe. People have reported feeling watched, like eyes are on them from the shadows. Imagine setting up camp and feeling like something is lurking just beyond the firelight. Every snap of a twig, every rustle of leaves makes your heart race. And then there's the history. This place has been a hotspot for paranormal investigators. They've come with all their gadgets and gizmos, trying to capture evidence of the supernatural. EMF detectors going off the charts, strange lights, and even ghostly apparitions have been reported. Some have even caught eerie photos that defy explanation. But most of them pack up and leave before dawn, too spooked to stay any longer. So if you're thinking of visiting, maybe just stick to the daytime. Or better yet, admire it from afar. Because some places are just better left unexplored. Trust me, your peace of mind will thank you. So stay safe, stay curious, but maybe keep your distance from the Devil's Tramping Ground. Until next time, keep those lights on and those seatbelts buckled. We've got more spooky places to explore. Okay, so we've all heard of Death Valley, right? It's one of those places that everyone knows about, even if they've never been there. It's like the hottest, driest, most unforgiving place on Earth. The kind of place where you can feel the heat radiating off the ground, and the air itself seems to shimmer with intensity. It's where they filmed Star Wars, for crying out loud. Can you imagine the actors in those heavy costumes dealing with that heat? But Death Valley is more than just scorching heat and sand that can melt your flip-flops. It's a place of stark beauty and unexpected wonders. Oh no, this place has secrets, dark, mysterious secrets. The kind that make you question what you think you know about the world. And the weirdest part, it's got rocks that move. Yes, you heard that right. Literally move on their own. It's not some optical illusion or trick of the light. I'm not talking about little pebbles rolling down a hill, which would be weird enough. I'm talking about massive boulders, some weighing hundreds of pounds, just gliding across the desert floor as if they had a mind of their own. It's like something out of a science fiction movie. For years, scientists were like, what the heck is going on here? They couldn't figure it out. They had all these theories, like maybe it was the wind or maybe it was aliens. Theories range from the plausible to the downright bizarre. Okay, maybe not aliens, but it was a mystery for a long time. People were genuinely baffled. They even set up cameras to catch these rocks in action, and the footage is wild. You can actually see these huge stones moving across the ground. It's like someone is out there playing air hockey with these giant stones. It's both fascinating and eerie. Finally, they figured out that it has something to do with ice forming under the rocks and then melting, causing them to slide around. It's a natural phenomenon, but it still feels like magic. But like, come on, that's just what they want us to think, right? There's always room for a little skepticism. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. Or at least, that's what the conspiracy theorists would have you believe. And if that wasn't creepy enough, people say they hear all sorts of strange noises in Death Valley. It's like the desert has its own soundtrack of the bizarre. Like voices whispering on the wind, screams echoing through the canyons, and even music. It's enough to give anyone the chills. Imagine being all alone in the desert, the sun beating down on you, and then you hear, like the faint sound of a banjo playing Cotton Eye Joe. It's surreal and unsettling. I would literally die. The combination of heat and eerie sounds would be too much. Like right there on the spot. Just drop dead from the sheer weirdness of it all. My ghost would probably join the rocks and start doing the electric slide. Because why not? It's Death Valley, anything can happen. But seriously, Death Valley is one of those places that just makes you realize how small and insignificant we are. It's a humbling experience. It's a place of extremes, where life and death walk hand in hand. The harsh conditions make survival a constant challenge. It's a place where rocks move on their own, and the wind whispers secrets you don't want to hear. It's like the desert is alive with mysteries. It's both beautiful and terrifying, and I kind of love it. There's something about the raw, untamed nature of Death Valley that draws you in, even as it scares you. Chapter 3. The Winchester Mystery House. This lady built a maze to confuse ghosts. Okay, you guys, this last one is my favorite, and it's about as extra as it gets. Seriously, if you think you've seen it all, wait until you hear about this. We're talking about the Winchester Mystery House in California, and let me tell you, this place is bananas. It's like someone took a regular mansion and decided to turn it into a fun house of confusion. It was built by Sarah Winchester, who was, let's just say, a little bit eccentric. She wasn't your average wealthy widow, she had some pretty unique ideas. She was the widow of the guy who invented the Winchester rifle. And after he died, she inherited a ton of money. We're talking about a fortune that could buy you anything you wanted. But with that, money came a whole lot of guilt because she believed she was cursed by the spirits of all the people who had been killed by her husband's rifles. Imagine living with that kind of burden. So what does she do? How does she cope with this overwhelming guilt and fear? Does she donate the money to charity? Maybe start a foundation to help those in need? Does she live a quiet life of reflection, perhaps in a peaceful countryside home away from the chaos? No, she decides to build a house, but not just any house. She builds a giant, sprawling mansion with secret passages, staircases that lead to nowhere, and doors that open into walls. It's like a puzzle that doesn't have a solution. I mean, talk about a fire hazard. Can you imagine trying to navigate that place in an emergency? It's like she took every architectural blueprint she could find, threw them in the air and said, "Let's build it like this." The craziest part? She didn't stop there. She kept building it for 38 years straight. Non-stop construction day and night for nearly 4 decades, like 24/7 construction, just adding rooms and hallways and weird little nooks and crannies. It's like the house itself was alive, constantly growing and changing. It's like she was playing a real-life game of The Sims, but with ghosts. Imagine designing a house with the sole purpose of confusing spirits. Some people say she designed the house to confuse the spirits, to keep them from finding her. It's like a supernatural game of hide and seek. Others say she was just plain crazy, but who can really say what was going on in her mind? But whatever the reason, the Winchester Mystery House is one of the most bizarre and fascinating places in America. It's a testament to one woman's unique vision and determination. And of course, with a house this weird, there are bound to be ghost stories. People love to share their eerie experiences. People have reported seeing shadowy figures, hearing strange noises, and even feeling cold spots. It's like the house has a life of its own. Some say it's the spirits of those killed by the Winchester rifle, while others say it's Sarah Winchester herself, still wandering the halls of her bizarre creation. It's like she's still trying to find peace. I mean, can you imagine being a ghost and getting stuck in that house? It would be like an eternal maze with no way out. You'd be like, dude, I just wanted to haunt a normal house, not this labyrinth of architectural nightmares. It's like a ghost's worst nightmare. I don't know about you guys, but I would totally love to spend a night in the Winchester Mystery House. It would be an adventure like no other. I mean, it would be terrifying, but also kind of amazing. Imagine the stories you could tell after spending a night there. It's like stepping into a time capsule of weirdness, and I'm here for it. It's a place where history, mystery, and the supernatural all come together in the most fascinating way. These three mysterious locations each have unique and fascinating features that make them intriguing for anyone interested in the paranormal and the unknown. From the Devil's Tramping Ground, which many believe to be the Devil's Stomping Grounds, to Death Valley with its moving rocks and haunted Winchester House designed to confuse spirits, these places continue to attract both tourists and researchers. Have you ever visited any of these strange locations? Or perhaps you've had your own strange experience in one of these places? Let us know your thoughts and stories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more mysterious content, and share this video with your friends. And remember to click the notification bell so you never miss a new video.